Thank you, Buddhabot. I appreciate it. Ah, hello, everybody. Soul Commodore back at you again. We're here doing some more dismantling of some canvases, working on the 6x4s. But yeah, welcome in, everyone. Buddhabot, thank you very much for the happy affiliate anniversary well wishes. Uh, I didn't know about it until yesterday when I streamed yesterday, and a bunch of people were saying it. I was like, oh, okay. I didn't know that was a thing. Uh, but welcome in everybody. We've got well, I'm not gonna say action-packed episode for you here, but it should be pretty fun. Um, and we've got fixed audio. We've got audio that, according to everybody yesterday, sounds good now. So without further ado, let's bring over one of these bad boys. My screen here. Go. But welcome in, Buddhabot. How you been? And welcome in everybody else. How have you all been? Hope you're having a good week so far. Yeah, we're just gonna continue with the whole taking this apart thing. So yeah. And the reason we're taking these apart is because these are giant paintings and I do not have room to just store them here. So that's the reason. And they're up against the wall that I will be creating on. So, well, primarily creating. Oh, you have the sneezes? Dang. Hopefully it's just a cold. I think one of the worst parts about having the cold or flu or COVID or allergies where your nose runs and everything is just how raw the skin on your nose gets from constantly like rubbing it or blowing it. It's always rough. Apparently my word today is apparently. Nice. I mean, it is a good word. It's a solid word. So I ain't mad at it. We're trying something new. We're actually trying this with my left hand today. Oh, I should mention that this first painting that we're working on is um which one is it? Oh, this is a multitask. It's the work one. I don't know if I'll have enough room to show this, but you see some figures down there at the bottom doing some work things. That's why it's called multitask. All right. Ah, I'm gonna wait to flip it around before I do those ones. We're gonna be very careful that we don't accidentally stab our hands. So we're gonna keep our left hand far away from these staples that we're pulling out up here, or at least as far away as we can. But yeah, these are the giant 6 foot by 4 foot canvases. A lot of fun to work on. A bit of a pain to actually put on the stretcher, and actually not all that cumbersome to take off the stretchers, really. It's just tedious pulling out all these staples, but I'd much rather pull out staples than tacks, personally. Well, I don't know. It's been a while since I've had to pull a tax from a painting. Maybe it's better than it used to be. Ah. Gonna start a new pile over on the dresser over here of these pulled out staples. And then we'll flip this around and we'll do the other side. My goal today is to get through all of the 4 remaining 6x4s that I'm not putting up anywhere in the house. There is one that I will be hanging in our bedroom. So that one I'm not going to take apart, but we're not there yet. So we got to dismantle these other 4 first. If anybody in the chat could just say something, I just want to see if the actual chat box shows up on the screen this time. Because last time we were doing this, I accidentally had my actual video running over the chat box overlay. So I just want to make sure that it's that stapled on the floor somewhere. Oh. All things considered, this one's actually going pretty quick. Because we're not going to be streaming as long tonight. We had a late start, but the end time is going to remain roughly the same. We might go like an extra 15 minutes, but it'll be a shorter stream. But if I can get each of these done in about 15 minutes, that would be awesome. These staples are largely coming out like butter. Nice and smooth. Hey, Blue Bubba, welcome in. How are you? How are you? Oh, work systems are messed up? Oh, that sucks. Hey, no worries if you can't stay long. That's perfectly fine. I've been good. How are you? How are you? We recently just moved into a new house, so I've been starting streams again. So it's yeah, things are going good. We're just kind of clearing up the studio now. You know, taking apart these big paintings. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm just going to see why the chat isn't actually showing up in the chat box. I'm just going to type hello and see why it isn't showing up. Oh, now it is. Okay. I just had to refresh it, I guess. But hey, no need to apologize for not being able to stay for very long. Anytime that you're here, whether you're lurking or you're watching, it's all good. Work systems are messed up. No one can get into certain. Oh, man, that sucks. Ever think of doing a sort of sci-fi set? Asking for a friend? A sci-fi set like a sci-fi set of paintings, or like a sci-fi set in the setting here in the studio. Not bad, but got super bad sore throat and cold. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, the Buddhabot there is also feeling a little under the weather. So hope you guys get better soon. Painting. Yeah, maybe one of these days I'll do some sci-fi stuff. I'm not. I can't say that I've really tried to do. Well, that's not true. When I was younger, I tried to do like a few sci-fi things. As I knocked the camera all over the place, but I didn't like the way that it turned out. Oh, you're just sneezing randomly for some reason. Wow. So it's a mystery. Usually when that happens to me, I figure it's just some sort of allergies because I've got seasonal allergies and also like just allergies to dust and dander and all that kind of stuff. So, but Blue Bubble, I hope that your series is going well. Because we've been so busy here, like moving house and moving in and all that. I haven't been able to be on Instagram all that often, but Blue Bubble was doing a pretty awesome series with angels, angels sinning, if you will. Like there was one that he did where an angel was jaywalking. Yeah, there was they did where an angel was jaywalking. There was another one they did where an angel was smoking. Pretty cool stuff. Also, I swear, I go. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. I want to go over to this screen. Community. Oh, you posted the graffiti one the other day. Nice, nice. Angels be smoking the wacky tobacco. I don't know if it was wacky tobacco. I don't know if it was weed. I think it might have just been a regular cigarette. But cool. I'll have to catch up on that. Lou, feel free to put your Instagram link in the chat. By the way, by all means. There we go. That should be better. But yeah, y'all should go give Blue's work some love because very 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 skillful digital artist. And I mean, I think you've done like sketches and stuff too on there. So like skillful traditional artists as well. And I don't know if you all know this, but we stan art here of all levels. So it's kind of our thing. Next up is either drinking, trespassing, or getting a tattoo. Ooh. Nice, nice. All three of those would be intriguing. I feel like the drinking one would be a nice corollary to the smoking one you've already done, because traditionally drinking and smoking has gone hand in hand. So, well, yeah, for sure, for sure. I like people to be able to showcase what it is that they're working on and where they post their work, you know? So yeah, y'all go click on that link. You will not be disappointed. Whew, that was close. Almost jabbed my hand. Almost happened. Oh. Yeah, we're basically just taking these canvases off of their stretchers so that we actually have room in here to work on some things. Truthfully, I should have done this months ago, but you know how life is. Sneaks up on you, you get complacent, you get lazy, and the things that you meant to do, you just don't get around to them, and then you're forced into a new situation where it would have been much, much easier to deal with it then than Yorn. Hey, no, 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 no. The kindness is more than warranted. Try not to knock it over any screens while we get over to this corner and take off the last few staples. These ones are being a bit more stubborn than they were on the other side, to be honest, but that's okay. Still workable. Also, apologies, I will catch up with chat in just a second. I'm just kind of stuck over in this corner here with my back turned. But I will turn back around shortly. There's only a few more staples left on this side, so. Hiding behind there, no. Are there any on the edges? This is what I meant to say. That's all right. That's all right. I understood what you were saying. You can hear the canvas flapping. Getting nice and loose. It's not really... It's only attached to this thing by 2 staples right now. 1. And there we go. Okay. So, now, provided we didn't miss a staple, which that has happened plenty of times before. This thing should just slide right out of this stretcher. If we want to put the painting up against this, let the kind stay in place for the time being. Beautiful. And here we have a 6 foot by 4 foot stretcher, which will go over here. That's this wall. There we go. And now we will grab this broomstick. And sorry you can't really see my face, but we'll grab this broomstick and we will begin to roll this painting up. Now, which way is going to be the most conducive to do that? I think. Move this chair out of the way. That's what I got to do. There we go. All right. So we want to put the face of the painting in. So this way. Now, it can be kind of frustrating to try and get this going, but once it does, it's not too bad. but it can be very annoying. Want to be kind of loose with it to start, because if the coil is too tight, then you risk putting in some wrinkles in your painting, which can be fixed afterwards. They can be ironed out. Can be. I guess we'll pull this out now. Yeah, that can be fixed by either ironing or spraying some water on the back of the canvas and putting some heat on it, like from a air dryer, or from another thing you can do is get it wet or damp, I should say. Don't get it wet. Get the canvas damp, and you can put some heavy books on it. And that also takes out the get a slightly tighter coil on the last bit of this. There we go. So now we let's grab some tape. Just some regular old painter's tape. And we're going to tape this up and also put the name on it so that we know which one it is. Okay, maybe we won't get to all 4 today, but I think we can get to 3. Now we write the name on it. Multitasking. Oh, to my American friends who are watching, if you celebrate, how did your Thanksgivings go? I hope they went well. And if you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, I hope that weekend went well for you. All right, so next up, we have the 3rd panel of the giant triptych I did. And what a triptych is, in case you don't know, there are different terms for multi-panel paintings. So if it's 2 paintings in a series and they go together, it's called a diptych. 3 is a triptych. 4, I've seen a quadtych, but usually it's a polytych at that point. And a triptych, for instance, is spelled T-Y-C-H, I'm pretty sure. T-Y-C-H. So a quadtych or a polytych is basically just multiple paintings in a series. This is the 3rd panel in this particular series. I gotta keep maneuvering stuff in here. Giant paintings. So the other 2 panels, the middle panel is 3 feet by 4 feet. The other 2 are 6 feet by 4 feet. This is the 3rd one. All of them have these trees at the bottom. They all vary slightly, but It's the same kind of design, same kind of look. All right, where'd my tool go? There it is. All right. Ah, this one I actually stapled the right way. Okay, in that case, I'm gonna start over here on this side, and then we'll move to this side. That way I end up closer to you guys, rather than moving away. This chair is very squeaky. Be able to hide them behind there. Nope. Now we can move across the top. I tell you, pulling staples out is a good forearm workout. So if you wanna work on your forearms, you should pull staples out of a canvas. It's kind of a, if you like mindless tasks, it's really good for that too. Because this is really just mindless. I'm going through the motions, making sure that you don't, rip the canvas. Come on. There we go. Yo, Squid, welcome in. Good evening to you. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. We're just back at the table here, taking staples out. I'm doing well, thanks. I'm doing well. I have no complaints. Especially since Henry Kissinger is dead, but we won't get too far into that. I'm just they say not to speak ill of the dead, which is good because I spoke plenty of ill of the living while he was still living. So. Today was a fairly slow day at work. Exactly. Yes, indeed. I don't know how many of you already listened to it, but there's a fantastic podcast called Behind the Bastards, hosted by Robert Evans, who a lot of us in my generation might know him as one of the authors on Cracked.com back in the day, but he also does a good amount of journalism work. He covered a lot about the Black Lives Matter protests, and he has covered the Ukrainian Civil War and other such uprisings. And this podcast is the tagline is basically where they talk about um, the worst people in all of history. And he has some fantastic long forms on the state of like police brutality in the United States. He has a great series on. He did like 5 episodes on L. Ron Hubbard. Um, some fantastic episodes, but he has a 6-part episode on Henry Kissinger, which is very, very much worth the listen. Um, so, if you want a little bit of education on how much of a war criminal he was, and want an education on his whole life and career, and uh, you know, just the truth about the things that he did throughout the world while he was um, active. It's very much worth the listen. The long listen, but it's a good listen. Come on. Once again, this side is a little more tough than the other side was. It's interesting. It's the second painting in a row where that's been the case. But that's all right. We're moving on down now. Sounds intriguing. Yeah, it's a really, really good podcast. Um, very informative. Uh, some episodes delve into lighter fare. And by lighter, I mean they're not as terrible, such as the episode he did on, I forget his last name, but it's the man who pretty much is responsible for fitness influencers now. He was the first fitness influencer, like back in the early 1900s. His first name was Bernard, not Bernard. He took off the D at the end, just Bernard. Um, and he's one of those dudes where like this happens a lot in history, right? Where like he's right about some things, but he's not right for the right reasons. For instance, like he very much popularized the idea of being out in the sun and working out and all that, and that being good for you, like exercise being good for you, which is true. Like if you, and the dude actually did live a pretty long life. Like if you eat healthy foods and you go outside and you exercise a little bit, like you're going to be healthier generally. But he mixed that with the idea that exercise was the cure for everything, and if you don't exercise, basically every single ailment comes from not exercising. Um, you know, and there's a lot of problems with that. Like he would make his wife exercise strenuously when she was pregnant, you know, stuff like that. Kind of problematic. Um, so there are some episodes like that which are, again, still terrible people, but it's lighter, fair. Um, like they're those tend to be funnier episodes. He did a great episode actually after the because he has guests on with him, right? And one of his guests is a comedian by the name Billy Wayne Davis, who is from Texas, I believe. And Robert Evans is originally from Oklahoma. Lived in Texas for a while, but originally from Oklahoma. Um, and they were talking about, like, it was right after the Tiger King came out, and they had like just like an hour and a half long podcast where they were talking about basically rural America and how they grew up in that kind of environment. Because a lot of people, including myself, were watching the Tiger King and being like, these characters are ridiculous. Like, what? Who lives like that? And they were basically like, we know people like this. We grew up around people like this. It's not actually that weird. It's not that uncommon. And they were just telling stories. You know, that was a special episode. That was a great episode. You know, and then he has the heavier hitting episodes, like the episodes about. Well, actually, I will say that the episodes about L. Ron Hubbard are lighter fare. Like, still awful human being, did terrible things, but they're funnier episodes. The episode that they did on the guy who started WeWork, you know, um, stuff like that. And then you have the heavier hitting ones, like the people who stood by and kind of let the Holocaust happen. The one, like I said, on Henry Kissinger, the one on police brutality in the United States and the history of that. You know, there's some that hit a lot harder, you know. Usually what'll happen is I'll listen to a bunch of episodes for, like, a week or two, and then I'll realize that I need a break. So I'll listen to something happier. Like I'll listen to the Around the NFL podcast, or the Criminal podcast, which has some heavy hitting episodes of their own, but tends to be in tone just a little more jovial. Or I'll listen to the Lore podcast, which is just about or Radio Rental, which is just fun spooky stories. You know. All right. So that's 2 down. Only 2 to go. That was loud. Okay. We'll try not to drop that again. Hey, Buddha, thank you for the glug glug. I appreciate it. My water right here. Like 6 glugs right there. All right, and we're just gonna do the same thing that we did last week, basically. Gonna bring this up, get it ready. Try not to wrinkle it too much. Come on. I joined you in it? Oh, nice. Like I said, starting this rolling is the most difficult part. this, in my opinion. But once you get it going, it's pretty smooth sailing as long as it cooperates. You just kind of tug on the edges to get any introductory wrinkles out. And then you just kind of loosely roll it to start. You don't want a super tight coil. Otherwise, those wrinkles will stay in there. And then as you keep going, it smooths itself out. Just like so. It actually went really well. Beautiful. Take that out. So that doesn't fall again, make a loud noise. That painting just needs a nice big UFO in it. Well, the first panel in this painting doesn't have a UFO, but it does have a person falling in it. Not quite as sci-fi as a UFO, but yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's a big one. It's a big old boy. So that's the after probe shot where they discard the person. Well, that is certainly an interpretation. And who knows? It might be the right one. Interpretation is in the eye of the beholder. There are some people, I've said this multiple times on here before, but like when it comes to art, sometimes the most frustrating thing is when you have a vision for your work and you have an interpretation of what your work means. And I understand that it's really frustrating when people don't see that, or they disagree with what your take is, or they see something else entirely. But that's also kind of the beauty of art, that it's so subjective, people can take their own meaning from it, right? So I actually cherish that. Call the first one that's in here. I don't know that it is. I don't think it is. Okay. Collapsing panel. Did you love being cherished? Good. Good. There we go. Collapsing panel 3. I think we have time for one more. I think. So this isn't the first panel. This is actually what is this painting called? You can see down here the guy sitting at his TV. Hopefully you can see that. This is a cut off and tuning out. That's the name of the painting. And once again, I will start over on the other end and come towards me. Actually, I'm going to make sure that this music starts. That was the last song in this playlist. And for some reason, that app that or the add-on that I added to make sure that it's continuous play doesn't always continually play. It's really really very annoying. I'm being honest. Like right now. Here we go. There it goes again. I didn't even hit it. Oh well. My broomstick just fell again. I think I'll just leave it on the ground for now. Oh, these staples are being stubborn. Which is kind of good in a way because it means that I stapled them really well, but I'll just move across the top. Hopefully these ones come out a little easier. So far, no. But once again, that's okay because it means that the person who stapled this did a really good job. Being an artist is so glamorous. Yeah, there really ain't much glamour to it. It's actually a lot of sweat and self-doubt. A lot of sweat, rejection, and self-doubt. I know I did a stream a while ago, like last year, um, that talked about the rejection that you face as an artist and how you have to kind of figure out whose criticism you're willing to take. You know, who is actually worth listening to, and who isn't, and how that's sometimes the hardest thing to do when it comes to art, or any sort of creative outlet where you have to submit your work. You know. You know, whether that be a writer trying to get their screenplay or their book off the ground and published, or you know, a video game developer trying to pitch their idea, or you know, whatever creative outlet you're trying to pursue. It can be hard to. You forgot the anxiety. Oh, true. Yes, the anxiety as well. That is very, very true. Ah, man, I really dumped these in. That's all right. I'm no match for me. Past me is no match for present me. And present me will be absolutely no match for future me. You would think future me and present me, with present me knowing what I know, would be a little kinder to future me and work together so that future me doesn't have an adversary in me, but is more of a kinship. But no, purely adversarial relationship. Why would I make stuff easier for that guy? Okay, let's try it with our left hand, which I'm not ambidextrous, so this is a little bit more difficult. But I can get a little bit more leverage with my left hand than I was with my right. But yeah, anxiety definitely goes hand in hand with creative endeavors as well. No question. Come on. Okay. Now we'll flip this around, and we'll do the other side, then we'll roll it up, and then I think we'll call it a... Ooh. After, once again, I destroy my camera. Hopefully this side is easier than the other side was this time, instead of the other way around. That first side was tough. Okay. So far, so good. I'm gonna put 5 staples in this corner. That's surprising. That's a low number for me. I usually overload these corners with staples. I don't know why. I guess I'm paranoid that they'll fall apart, but good. Okay, this one's going much smoother than the last one. Well, no, that one's still smoother. I gotta stop saying stuff like that though, because as Buddhabot well knows, and I think some other people in the stream might have been there as well. I was doing that stream last year where I was streaming basically until where did I go? I was streaming a painting from start to finish, basically until I was done. And I had mentioned on the stream about 5 hours in that I was surprised that the stream had lasted that long, because I had tried to do a long stream a couple of days earlier, and my computer had crashed on me. For the stream, and yeah, my computer had crashed. And then, wouldn't you know it, right then and there, my computer closed itself, and I had to hop back in and start the stream again. And everyone was like, "Oh, where'd you go?" That was perfect timing. So I got to be careful with saying stuff like Oh, this is so much easier this time so far. Because chances are it'll get tough. Just to spite you. Just to make a lie. This one is going pretty good. I cannot lie. If I could stop dropping these staples though, that'd be nice. Let me pick these up while they're here. How many more of you are there? There's 5 down here. There we go. Oh, there's only 4 staples in this corner. Again, I usually put like 6 or 7. Ask me, did present me a kindness here? You're doing me a kindness, boss. God, what a heart-wrenching scene that was. The end of the Green Mile. When John Coffey is put in the electric chair. Oh, you haven't seen it? Well, hopefully I didn't spoil too much. It's still worth seeing though. It's a fantastic movie. One of the best Stephen King adaptations, I think. Everything in it is top notch. The performances, the writing. It's beautifully shot. It's a beautiful film. All right. Now let's hope that I didn't miss a staple. So far, so good. Beautiful. Hopefully this one goes as smoothly as the last one did. I hope. It can be tough working on a canvas that's longer than you are tall. That's all right. You manage. Ready for smooth sailing now. This up. Post that up here so it doesn't fall again. Some hair off that. Let this out a little bit so it'll collapse just a bit. Okay. There we go. You can actually tighten it up just a little bit. Oh, I will be right back, everybody. Stay tuned. I will be right back. All right, back, everybody. I guess I could have put up my be right back screen, but hold on. No, just someone was at the door, so I went to go answer it. All right, so we'll wrap this up. Then I think we'll wrap the stream up. Heading out for dinner. Nice seeing you again. Keep going with your art, my friend. Hey, thank you. Thank you, Squid. Good to see you. Enjoy your dinner. And yeah, we definitely will. Like the next art stream that we do, probably next week, will actually be actually like painting something. So, yes, yes, indeed. Cut off out. Palato. It's a really long title, so I just abbreviated it. But yeah, Squid, no worries, no worries. We're actually about to sign out here ourselves. But yeah, so there it is. Actually, I'll show you all what I was talking about with the first panel, where let me grab my camera. First panel of this thing. There's a person falling. That's the first panel of collapsing. So we didn't get to take that one off, and then the one behind it is the one we're putting up in our bedroom. But yeah, the next time we do an art stream, I'll actually be painting something new. So, with all that being said, thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. Thank you for all of the well wishes for the anniversary, the affiliate anniversary. I really do appreciate all y'all because I wouldn't have gotten affiliate without any of you. So, thank you very much for that. And Budabot, thank you for the glug glug. Really do appreciate it. Let's see. Who's doing what? Yeah, man, you too. You too. Okay. No one's really doing anything, so I think, yes, indeed, we will see you in less than a month. For sure. For sure. Yeah, oh man, I can't believe it's gonna be December tomorrow. Ugh. I ain't ready. But yeah, I don't think we're gonna raid out. I think we're just gonna say goodbye, and you guys can find whoever it is that you want to watch stream after this. My recommendation: go find some art streams with very few viewers that are like new, and then go check those out. Or same with games, you know. Or if you have some favorites, you know, go watch your favorites. Do whatever it is that you want to do. The next time we're gonna get together is gonna be probably Sunday. Gonna play some Celeste, I think. Now that our gaming setup is all correct and all that, we're gonna play some Celeste. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for that. I'm a little rusty. I'm gonna have to practice some, but we'll figure that out. But yeah, everybody have a wonderful rest of your night. And if I don't see you on Sunday, I hope you have a fantastic weekend, and we'll catch you on the next one. All right, take it easy, everybody.